everyone. So I'm Alice. I'm just going to introduce myself. So I'm the brand manager at Graven, and I look after our adventure division. As you can probably tell by my accent, I'm French, so be kind to me if I make any mistakes. Yeah, I'm going to go through how Graven has gone into trail running and ultra marathons. So why has Graven created an adventure division? So as Paul has mentioned earlier on, Graven has put on events for the last 40 years. And really the main aim for Great North Run was to bring running to the masses. So we've had Great North Run since 1981. We've had 1.3 million finishers since we've started the event. Sorry, I'm seeing someone filming. No. Thanks, Esme. Putting me on the spot. And in 2008, we've done the same thing with swimming. So we've put on Great North Swim, which still exists nowadays. We've had around 60,000 finishers who've come from the pool and transitioned into open water swimming. And this is kind of what we want to do with trail running. We want to kind of leverage our credential into, from road running into trail running and kind of, I guess, grow the trail running sphere, not just for us at Graven, but for everyone in events. So I'm going to go through two of our events. So we've created very different sort of events for different participants. The first one is called Beyond Trails. So I don't know if anyone has heard of our two events previously. We had Ultra North and Ultra London. Maybe Ultra London might be familiar for some of you. Basically, the premise behind those events is they all start in the city centre, and then we take you on the trails and back to the city centre. So it's a loop. And it's kind of trying to break barriers, for accommodation, travel, because obviously not everyone can get to the Peak District or Lake District to do a trail run. It's also getting road runners onto the trails. We've got two distances. 25K, which is, I guess, for people that might have done a half marathon and kind of want to try something a bit different. It's also open to challenge walkers, so open to hikers if they don't want to run yet. And then we've got a 55K distance, which we think is kind of the perfect distance between people who might have, a really big race like UTMB to do later in the year, and they can use this as a kind of training. Or it's their first ultra event, but they don't want to travel too far. It's at their doorstep. So we've relaunched those two events onto a name called Beyond Trails, which is a series of events. So we've also got Beyond Bristol in March and Beyond Manchester. All of those events are going to be launching next year. And basically, we were looking at kind of our customer base at Graven and looking at where we have most of our customers. I'm sure you've heard of, Great Manchester Run, Great Bristol Run. So how to get those people that are doing road running onto the trails. The other event that we've got is 13 Valleys Ultra. So very different type of ultra. That one is set in the Lake District National Park. So we've worked in collaboration or partnership with the Lake District National Park for this. The name comes from the fact that we are doing a route that links all 13 valleys of the Lake District National Park together. So you might not know this, but it's actually part of the UNESCO World Heritage Site. So we kind of want to celebrate this route. So anyone in the audience could do the route tomorrow if you wanted to. You can find it online. So it's also a walking route that's available to do all year round. We're working with the Lake District National Park, so it's signposted, and then you can do it whenever. Also working with the Ordnance Survey to create a guidebook. So this event is really to celebrate the Lake District National Park and celebrate the route once a year. So this year was actually only the second year of the event. Just to give you an idea of the scale, the first year we had around 1,000 runners. This year we almost doubled the numbers. And we kind of want to see the event grow and hopefully become a landmark, kind of similar to Great North Run, but for trail running. What we've got with 13 Valleys Ultra is we've got a few different distances. So you've got your main one, 13 Valleys, which is 180K, around 7,000 meters of ascent. So, your kind of penultimate, kind of UTMB, I guess, distance. But then you've got other distances, like 2 valleys, which is 22K, so like a half marathon distance. 5 valleys, 55K, I'd say perfect for your first ultra, and then 7 valleys, 110K. And the whole point is, yes, we will have probably elite athletes that are going to want to do, the big 180K, but it's not at the expense of people that might just brand new to trail running and want to try the 22K and do a trail run. We've also tried to implement loads of different little things, but they all add up to make the event more accessible to people. So cutoff times are really generous. So the 22K, you could actually do it walking. You've got a 9-hour cutoff time for 22K. We've got loads of fit stations, loads of different, offering at the fit stations. The 2 valleys and 5 valleys are waymarked. So again, like you don't need to, use a map or a compass or anything like that. We've set up recce days. So again, if you're new to trail running, before the big events, you can come to our training weekends. We can show you around the route and so on. So yeah, I think it's a great example of like an event that we want to grow, but we don't want to forget, where we come from, and we want to get those road runners onto the trail running sphere. I've got an example here of a community we've worked with. I don't know if some of you will recognize. So it's the Alpine Run project that we've worked with for this year and onto next year, actually. So the idea was, as I said, for Beyond Trails, I think we tend to forget. I live in the Peak District. I tend to forget that actually, many people have the trails like right outside their doorstep. Sometimes it's quite hard to get into those places, especially if you don't have the means, you don't know people that live there. So working with the Alpine Run project, we gave them free entries to come and do the 2 valleys. But again, kind of reflecting on what Tyler was saying earlier, we don't want it to be just a tokenistic gesture of like, we're giving you free places and great, we see you at the start line. So we also organized a recce day with them in June, just to show them around the Lake District. And genuinely, I have had quite a few athletes that I've invited over to like show them the route, and I've never seen such enthusiasm from people. Like, it's just amazing to see like their faces lit up and just like, just seeing the lakes and discovering the trails. So we want to work with them coming on to next year, especially with Beyond Trails. There's a great opportunity there, with the fact that it starts right at their city and then taking them onto the trails. I've talked really fast, but sorry. Has anyone got any questions before I show a video? No? Okay. So I'm just going to show you a short film of the 13 Valleys Ultra. I think it gives you a good flavor of the event. Another thing that Paul was saying earlier, we're trying, obviously we are under the umbrella of Grey Run, but we're trying to do things a bit differently. The audience as well is different. Yes, we are getting some of your own audience onto those events, but we're also bringing new customers. So you'll see from the video, we're trying to just have a different branding, a different feel to it. Yeah, you can see them.
What more could you want to do on a Friday night than run a bloody 100 miles?
When I'm running in the city, it's kind of like go, go, go. Everything is moving really fast around you, so you're kind of like moving fast as well. But like out here, you can focus on like beautiful scenery, and then that can just get you through the run itself. It's just a place of peacefulness.
You're moving through a constantly changing canvas, and you might suddenly find yourself focusing on your body and how tough it is and how you just want to be at the end. Then all of a sudden you'll take a minute to look up, turn a corner, the path will face in another direction, and you're totally distracted and just enjoying the surroundings that you're in.
gets dark, the world goes quiet. It's just you, your head torch. You hear your footsteps, you hear your own breathing.
Is it okay? Am I okay to keep moving? Yes, I am. I'll keep moving.
If you can keep pushing on, you actually become limitless.
Start at the beginning and move in the direction, because it's all possible, isn't it?
Just wanted to add on that, so great example, we're going to show this at the National Running Show, but as you can probably tell, this is mainly focusing on the ultra audience. I think a lot of people that have never done trail running before would watch this, especially running at night, and just be a bit like, this is too daunting. So we've invited Emilia Platt, who won, so she's the woman who won the Two Valleys this year, to do a talk. So we've got, someone who's done the Two Valleys Trail. She started trail running 6 months ago, but then also showing this. So we've got two different audiences, and it's how we talk to both audiences and not forgetting one of them. Thank you.